Since the official trailer for Stranger Things Season 5 dropped a few days ago, it's time for an updated tier list ranking of my death predictions based on that trailer. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. So today I have a tier list ranking of the characters from Stranger Things Season 5 based on how likely I think they are to survive or die in the final season, and all of this is going to be based on the official trailer that dropped a few days ago. I've done this in the past when we got to Doom date announcement footage and the teaser trailer, so it just felt right to update it one last time, to quote Vecna. But let me know in the comments down below what tiers you would place these characters in based on the trailer. Of course, hit that like button and subscribe into that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. I mean, quite a bit. If you want extra content from the world of Stranger Things and beyond with live streams and more, Patreon is the place to be. Any support over there truly does mean the world. I'm doing a deep dive into every episode of the show leading up to Season 5, so be sure to check that out. And if you want to join me by filling out your own tier list of character death predictions based on the official trailer, you can actually fill out your own tier list. It's linked in the description. Screenshot it, share it on Instagram, and tag me on your Instagram story. I will repost it, and so that can be a little fun thing to do. But I say we just go ahead and dive into this thing. So the tiers I have are alive and well, should be safe, up in the air, not looking too good, and rip. And if you'll notice, this is actually the first time in the history of the channel where I've switched the colors of this little column right here to make sense. For some reason, they come red to green. Well, I said, you know what? I'm going to put green at the top for alive and well, red for rip. That just looks more fitting and makes 10 times more sense. But so what I did here is I grabbed a screenshot of every character from the trailer. So if a character is not shown in the trailer, they're not on this list. So Ted Wheeler, Dr. Owens, Vicky, I'm just including characters that are shown in the trailer. And I am actually just placing the characters in tiers based on this trailer. This is just how I'm feeling based on the trailer. We got the rules established. Let's dive in. First up, we have Holly Wheeler. Holly is shown in this trailer running through the kitchen over to her mother, Karen. Obviously, there's also a shot of someone falling in the sky that looks like they're being transported to Dimension X, either physically or mentally, because Vecna could be playing mind games on them, because it doesn't look like the same exact version of Dimension X in the sky that we see Henry being transported to from Hawkins' lab in Season 4. And so it's hard to say exactly. I think that she's up in the air. I'll put her right here, right? Up in the air because you just recast this character with Nell Fisher. She is the youngest kid in the show. Killing her would be damn cruel. At the same time, she is undeniably going to be in trouble at the Wheeler house when she's with her mom, and seemingly when she's being toyed with mentally by Vecna. So I have to say up in the air based on that official trailer alone. There's just some uncertainty. Next up, we have Dustin Henderson. Now, automatically, he's got bruising on his face. That's a red flag. We know he's going to get beat up. He's not going to die from that beating, but that is concerning. Other than that, though, we don't get a lot of him from this trailer that has me thinking, oh, Dustin's a dead man walking. Because he has so many people around him in this trailer that would sacrifice themselves for him, notably Steve Harrington. He's also with Jonathan and Nancy. I feel like one of them would make the sacrifice play for him. There's a shot near the end of him, Jonathan, and Nancy, and you can see Steve's axe in the background, and there's like red flashing lights around. They're clearly somewhere in the Upside Down. If something were to happen there, I think Dustin would be the last to die of those four. I could even see Nancy hopping in and sacrificing for Dustin. Could you imagine how unexpected and yet emotionally moving that would be? You know, they have a relationship that dates back to the first episode when Dustin's like, save you a slice, or their dance at the snowball. Like, there are so many sweet moments between them. They're an underrated duo. And I think that would be a way for Dustin to live, as Nancy sacrifices herself for Dustin. So I'm going to say he should be safe based on what we've seen. He's not like 100% alive and well, but based on what we've seen, again, every character is automatically in some sense of danger in this final season, but there hasn't been anything from the trailer that we just saw where I'm like, oh my gosh, like, rip Dustin. He should be safe. Next, we have Mike Wheeler, and I feel similar. I don't see anything in that trailer that indicates, oh, Mike is dead. Like, the most danger we see him in is when he's jumping in front of the group of characters at downtown Hawkins when the Demogorgons are attacking everyone at the military base. But even then, he's gonna make it out. I don't think he's gonna die in that moment. So I'm gonna say, I think he should be safe. We do see him in some sense of danger, so I'm gonna put him like right here. I think he's probably safer than Dustin in this instance, at least from what we've seen in the trailer. I'm kind of like neck and neck with those, but they should be safe based on what we've seen. Now, next we have 11, there are like 5 shots in this trailer where I'm like, oh, I don't know. First of all, she's shown running in the Upside Down and sneaking into what looks like the lab they have set up there in the Upside Down, right, where the military base is in Hawkins. Then you also have this shot of her lunging her hands forward in what you think is the military base, but if you look in the background, it might actually be Hawkins Memorial Hospital. There's a moment of her in the trailer where like intense winds are circling all around her, and she's like tossing rubble out of the way in the Upside Down. With 11, I'm not going to say outright rip based on what we've seen, where I will have to put some other characters in there. I'm going to say not looking too good, though. She's in danger more than any of the other characters I've listed. Especially that one shot of her in the upside down, like where there's rubble all around. I had this vision, all right? It might not be at all what happens, but just humor me, if you will. This is all a theory. Could you imagine this, though? There's a moment in season 5 where for the last 3 episodes, characters are stuck in the upside down. They're trying to escape from Camazotz. They're trying to create a bridge to get back to the right side up, and we get into that finale, and it's like a we gotta close the gate one last time type of deal. I could see 11 fighting her way to get everyone through that gate, and then her staying back. So that's why, I don't know, I just had that vision, and I'm gonna say not looking too good for her, but I want her to live, but she's also like my #1 death prediction, unfortunately. So not looking too good, but I'm not gonna say she's straight up dead based on the footage we've seen. That's the rule here, remember? This is based on trailer footage. So there's someone who will be in that RIP tier very soon, don't you worry. So next up we have Steve Harrington, who's obviously one of my favorite characters, right alongside Hopper, he always has been. But if we're looking based on this trailer, I don't think there's that much of a need to worry as compared to some of these other characters. I know there's a narrative going around online that Steve is bones, as they say. He's done, he's cooked. I disagree.
That man tonight disagreed.
And any shot that we've seen in this trailer, he's comforting Dustin, he's driving the car, he's with the other characters, but like there's no reason for us to believe, oh, he's dead. In seasons past, they always tease Steve's death on the trailer. In season 3, there's a shot of him beat up, getting a needle in his neck. In season 4, there's a shot of him, you know, at the Lover's Lake gate underneath where he goes into the dive. And so I don't really think there's a need to worry as much as others are saying. I'll still go up in the air, probably like right here, just because, you know, it is Steve. He's always willing to put his life on the line for others, and he's always volunteering to go first into harm's way. So that's automatically going to put him in some sense of danger. We don't see tons of him, I guess, but even then, Steve's not the main focus of this season, okay? I love him to death. Again, he's one of my favorites, but there are other characters who are going to have more screen time. They're going to serve more important roles here. I love Steve. I want to make that clear. But Mike, Dustin, 11, Will, Max, these are characters, Hopper, who are going to have much more important roles with relation to Vecna. And so that's why I think Steve is a bit up in the air as opposed to being toast. Next we have Nancy Wheeler. Again, we see her in harm's way here a good amount of times. There's a shot of her again, that same shot, washing blood off her hands. She's screaming in the hospital, as I reference here in this picture at one point. And she's on the roof of Hawkins' lab with Jonathan when that explosion happens. So I'm gonna say for Nancy, I think based on what we've seen, I'm hesitant. I'll probably say up in the air for Nancy as well. I'll put her like right in the middle. I think up in the air for her feels right. She's going to be in danger for sure, and there's even that shot of her where she's like with the rifle in the military base shooting, but there's no one else around her, so I don't know. I won't say not looking too good, but up in the air for Nancy. She's one of those on the fence characters. Now next we have Lucas Sinclair. This is a character who coming into the season I thought was 100% safe, but as we've gotten more marketing, he drops lower and lower in my list in terms of likelihood to survive, and frankly, there are 2 alarming shots of him from the trailer, and I'm just going based on the trailer here, okay? There's a shot of him in the tunnel. Yet again, a Demogorgon drops down right on approaching him while he has blood on his shirt. The other shot I reference here, he's holding a limp Max in the elevator of the hospital as a Demodog/Demogorgon is full-on sprinting at him. That is a red flag. There are 2 alarming shots here. I don't know if Lucas is making it out of this one. I'd like to think he lives. I don't think they're going to kill him immediately, but I have to say, based on what we've seen, that's the point of this tier list, right? It's hard not to put Lucas in RIP. It's hard not to. I have to do it. I have to. I'm going to put him there right now. I think, for one, I don't know who's going to save him in that tunnel. And secondly, he is willing to sacrifice himself for Max 1,000,000%. So I think based on what we've seen, it's hard not to put him in the RIP tier, guys. He's been in danger time and time again. He could certainly be a red herring, but just based on this trailer, I have to put him in the RIP tier based on what we've seen. The same can be said for Will Byers, and that will upset a lot of you, but I don't know how you can't put him there after the official trailer that dropped. My God, look at this shot I pulled. He is completely out of commission. Vecna takes control over him and is like, you're going to help me one last time, just like in season 2. You are basically now a pawn for Vecna. You have no control over yourself. You're just going to be the back seat in your own head right now. I don't know how we can get rid of Vecna and Will not have some sort of damage done, whether that's, you know, a part of him is dead. I don't know if he's gonna full on die, but based on what we've seen, guys, I gotta go RIP. I gotta go RIP. I'm putting him here. I just don't feel great. I don't feel great about it. So he's in RIP, and them 2, man, they look to be in some serious trouble. They're not gonna kill both. They might kill neither. But based on the trailer, I gotta emphasize that, based on the trailer, they look to be the most cooked. Next, we have Dr. K. This is the Linda Hamilton character. She's seen once in the trailer in the military base firing a pistol at what I presume to be Demogorgons. Not looking too good. If you're doing that, not looking too good. I wouldn't be shocked if she's only in Volume 1, and then she bites the dust in Sorcerer as a part of the Demogorgon massacre, so not looking too good for her. Next, we have Joyce. Joyce is very clearly distraught many times in this trailer as Will seemingly is going to get repossessed by Vecna and or the Mind Flayer. Now, I always kind of differentiate between the two because we know in Season 2, the shadow particles of the Mind Flayer possess Will, but in Season 4, there's a revelation made that Vecna's controlling all of the entities in the Upside Down. But if you take it a step further, the reason I differentiate still is because I think this show isn't done revealing all of its tricks, especially if you factor in hints made in the first Shadow play. It seems like, yeah, the show wants you to believe Vecna's in control over the Mind Flayer right now, but it might actually be the Mind Flayer corrupting Vecna. And that's something that I think they'll get into in Season 5. But just to clear up why I sort of differentiate between the two, I don't think it's as cut and dry as the show has said thus far, so that's why I speak that way sometimes. When it comes to Joyce, though, I would say up in the air for her. I mean, she's right there next to Will. What's to stop her from going and maybe running in front of Will if he is about to get got by Vecna? I think up in the air for her feels appropriate. Probably like right around here somewhere. I mean, she's the mother of Will. Her son has been through so much hell. She's going to do whatever it takes to protect him at this point. So up in the air. Next, we have Karen. And based on what we've seen, guys, rip. We barely even see her face in the trailer. This is the back of her head. She's on the ground. Why aren't they showing her face? Probably intentional. It might have blood all over it. She is going to get attacked at least and maybe die of a fatal wound. And she's going to be there protecting Holly in the Wheeler house. Guys, she's in trouble. Her blood might be on Nancy's hands. I'm not feeling great about her. I'm not. So I'm putting her in the rip tier based on what we've seen. I don't feel great about Karen Wheeler's chances of making it out. She's also someone who's killable. That would obviously do damage to Mike, to Holly, to Nancy, but I feel like they would grow as siblings because of it and maybe, have a stronger lifelong bond. So that could be a way to sort of write that character's ending. Next, we have Murray, the bald eagle Bauman. You want to talk about a character who's not got a lot of screen time. People are talking about Steve. Give me Murray. Where have we seen Murray in this trailer or any of the footage outside of in his Bradley's Big Buy getup? I don't think we have. It's him driving the truck. It's him at the WSK radio station. That's it. With Steve, we've gotten outfit changes. I can pinpoint them. We don't even have an outfit change for Murray. And we see him just at nighttime with this truck. I have a sick feeling Murray's going. People say we don't have a lot of Steve. The Murray numbers are way lower. I know he's a less significant character, but still. Murray biting the dust, I think I'm going rip as well. So the way I'm doing it right now, I always do this different, is I think this is the character with the highest chance of dying, and this is the least of the rip tier. But even then, they're all in rip. So yikes. Next, we have Erica Sinclair, who we see once in the trailer. I'm putting her in alive and well. I think Erica is probably still the safest of these characters. She's shown once in Hawkins Middle. There are rare moments where I'm like, oh, Erica's in danger here. So I think she's alive and well. I think she's probably the safest character on this tier list, frankly. And based on what we've seen, there's really no need to be like, oh, she's in immediate danger. So she's fine. Next, we have Derek Turnbow, one of the new characters introduced. The Turnbow Trap is, I believe, the 3rd episode of Season 5. And that intrigues me because Turnbow Realty is, of course, a player in Hawkins right now. There are Turnbow Realty signs all around. So what does this kid or his family have to do with any of it? Is his family perhaps the owners of that farm they're posted up on? That's kind of my running theory. But when it comes down to it, I think Derek Turnbow probably should be safe. Mike's right there with him. He's protected, but I'm going to put him right here. I just don't know. He's a new character. The Duffers love to introduce new characters and kill him, but look at this kid. Are they going to kill that little kid? I mean, come on. I don't know. Next, we have Max. Anytime we've seen her, she's in a coma, so automatically it's not looking too good, right? I'm not going to put her in the outright rip tier. Why? Because she's got Lucas right there with her. I think that I'm going to put her right here, not looking too good, but I just think, like, if she's in a coma and she gets killed, so we just don't even see her wake up, they wouldn't want to do that. She's going to at least wake up and have a fighting chance of getting out alive. So to me, I go not looking too good over rip, just because Lucas is right there to protect her. Lucas is there to put himself in front of Max. If that Demogorgon gets that elevator door, he's putting himself in front of Max and keeping her alive. That's why I think Lucas has the greater chance of dying between the two right now. Max has only been shown in a coma intentionally. They aren't going to reveal her waking up, I don't think, until the show. That's something you save. That's not something you give away in marketing. And so I'm going to say not looking too good for her, but not in the outright rip tier. Next we have Vecna. We all agree like 100% Vecna's gonna die this season. He's like the Thanos of Stranger Things in terms of the big baddie who dies. In most movie franchises, in most TV shows, the main villain dies near the end of the show. That's just how stories play out. Now Vecna looks extremely powerful, scary as hell this season, and it's gonna be hard to take him down, but there's not like a shot where I'm like, oh, Vecna's cooked here, right? He's a hard character to place because he's not, oh, Vecna's in danger here. I'm just basing this off of assumptions that Vecna's gonna die. If I want to really base this off the trailer footage, he does look less human this time around. I think the spikes make him look almost bigger and more physically imposing. He looks less human. Clearly his hand can grow in size. He almost has Groot-like powers, it looks like, which is insane to say. Little MCU reference for you all. Like, do I need to sit here and go, oh, this character's rip? Just because I believe he's gonna die? It's difficult, because all the other characters are heroes. This is the big bad villain. I'll go not looking too good. I'll put him right here next to Max. Of course, I think Vecna's gonna die, but based on what we've seen, I can't say outright rip. Next, we have Jonathan Byers, who they wanted us to think was dying after that teaser. Based on the trailer, there's a moment with him and Nancy where they're like being super lovey-dovey. There's a moment with them on the rooftop. I just don't know if that couple is gonna get that happy ending. Not every couple can. I'm more up in the air with Jonathan as well. I'm kind of like right here with Nancy, where it's like one of them probably gonna go, which one, not entirely sure. So I'm up in the air on both of those right now, and you can flip a coin on who's got the higher likelihood of death. I just don't see Jancy making it out and having a happy ending. Next we have Robin. Hasn't really been placed in imminent danger. There's a little blood on her neck in one shot. I kind of lean Robin should be safe. I'm gonna put her right here. I think Robin should be all right. You know, I'm not terribly concerned about her fate right now. I love the character. I don't see her going. And the final character here is Harbour, who we've seen packing heat in like 30 scenes now. He's the man. He would probably do whatever it takes to stop his daughter from dying again. He already lost Sarah, doesn't want to lose Jane or Elle. I'm leaning should be safe. I'm gonna put him right here. I think he should be safe, like right alongside these characters, right in the middle of that tier. I just think based on what we've seen that Hopper's gonna end up making it out alive. You already killed him once. Fake killed him. They can't do it to us again. I kind of feel similarly with Max. She's just lower because she's already in a coma. So I'm leaning Hopper there based on what we've seen. There's no reason for me to be seriously concerned. But that does it for this tier list. Like, it's difficult to place these just based on the trailer footage. Like, I don't know if Lucas is going to die, but based on what we've seen, guys, you got to put him down there. You know what I'm saying? But let me know in the comments down below what tiers you place these characters in. I had fun with this. I might do one final video like this, like right the day before. We'll see. But this might be my final one. I don't know. But let me know in the comments down below, again, your tier list ranking of these characters. Fill out your own tier list. Share it with me on Instagram. I'll repost it to my story. And, of course, hit that like button. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. Be on the lookout for more videos coming very, very soon. And until next time, I'll see you on the other side of the Upside Down.